people forget there is the Russian camp, the Chinese camp, the Iranian, the Pakistani, the Palestinian, the Israel, all those I've forgotten. I've lost count of how many countries we've got. But a lot of those are impersonators on Facebook and LinkedIn and any social media. So how you called in, though, was you wanted to know what's going on. And that is the first question people usually ask, what's going on. But, Scott, you've been an excellent person coming on the first time. Debbie,
appreciate it.
Debbie, with you being in New Orleans, there's no coincidence. Would you? I'd like to see you guys stay in contact.
Oh, I'm going to go to the website now too, and the I'm gonna go later. But Channel 19.
Yeah. Channel 19's more base, but like I said, I'll be doing more tutorials, and they'll be through the Channel 19 page because I do have like 4 or 5 pages on Facebook. Because I'm a content creator as well. I'm a concept designer.
Okay.
I make like cartoons and I create concepts from the ground up. Ideas.
Because my brain is so mushy right now. I didn't even tell y'all. My background is in television. So, I don't know. Maybe the universe is kicking my booty just to stop doing.
Maybe the universe sent you me because I am camera shy.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Scott. Wow, look at this, Debbie. This is amazing. Now, I make videos, Debbie, on YouTube, but I just started because, I've done YouTube since 2004, but I never told anybody, so I've got hundreds of YouTubes. But I don't know what to do with all this social media I've built through the years out of just wanting something to do. So then Scott's doing it, and I asked him if he'd be president of my Ace Folk Life Club that I started with in the Ohio County, and all those people. The Smithsonian wanted people to go out and collect their voices or what they do, and they put it for free in the Smithsonian. So we just collected. What did you do in television? Were you in front of the camera?
A little bit, yeah. I worked on a magazine show, but I was in front, and then I mostly I was a writer a bit. I would go out and get voiceover, and I worked in news, which, oh my gosh, I hated it. I don't know why I was in that, but that was my background in college. So then I actually started working in movies, and the reason I got into cosmetic was really fragrance sales is because someone said I knew someone that was doing it, and they won a trip to Paris. That was way before COVID. And I thought, I'm going, and I won it twice. But then I kind of didn't get out, It's just one of those things. And I'm actually the top salesperson, and I'm always taking a hit on the back, always. I'm always having to watch myself, So
I think if you're looking at top sales and you can come up with a product, you really should, because if you're that good of a seller, you should be selling for you.
I think it's my energy, though. It's like she said, how people feel you. Like the other 2 ladies I work with, they don't understand why people are drawn to me. So people would just come up to me and be like, oh, I love Miss Deb, And I guess I'm just sincere. I think it has to be energy, because the other 2 ladies I work with are extremely toxic. Extremely toxic ladies. And, I could go into, that's why I suspected that one of them was kind of behind this. Like, maybe somebody wrote a letter. Somebody wrote a letter, saying something.
It's pretty upbeat and vivacious, and people that aren't generally don't like that, and it bothers them because they're not that way, and it's that simple. It's really sad and true, but it's simple.
I don't like their energy as much as they don't like mine.
Right, and that's fair to say.
I do get sick. I'll get ill.
I'd say, you're down in New Orleans. You've got more opportunities to expound upon your ideas that are creative than probably almost any other city in the U.S. So, you've got a good start there, just being in the right place. What I'll be doing over the next month is creating the world player, the virtual player. I'm talking throughout the French Quarter.
Okay.
I mapped 2 years ago. Off of Barracks, there's a coffee shop down there, right in the French Quarter. But there's across from this coffee shop, I can't remember the name of it. I did a brick wall with a piece of graffiti on it, and I mapped it, and I put a video from a guy from Indonesia. Did a portal there. That was
There's a lot of
it's not there.
spirits in the French Quarter. It's a very hard place to be in sometimes.
Nah, not for me.
Okay.
I had fun when I was down there. My buddy lives just outside my buddy lives right just outside the French Quarter. When I got in there, I don't know, it was like a duck in water. I felt at home in that city more than I've ever felt home anywhere in my life.
Well, Debbie, since you're in TV and you're in New Orleans, why don't you join me weekly and do co-hosting? I can't pay you, but you can come help if you've got time.
Well, I mean, tonight I got off a little bit early, but yeah, I could join you again. That would be fun.
All right, but you said you love BTR, and I'm right here, so
okay.
I do different nights for different things. And my co-host, Ken, in New Mexico, he's astronaut Ralph Kennedy Johnston. He was a civil astronaut at NASA and goes way back with me in Houston in '69. But if you're an empath, and I do, help people in art, culture, education, but also I'm asking for people on my Patreon to be mystics, oracles, psychics, sages, seers, and shamans. So I'm hoping they'll get the idea, even if they're an empath, it means them too, but maybe I'll have to go add that. But, yeah, you come back, and, of course, this guy Scott, since I asked him to be president, and he just said, okay. He didn't know what he was getting into.
Yeah, I'm good.
So, yeah, but, it will be, we've only got 7 minutes left. Now, is it really about 8:30? I don't know. Are we going to be, is this a good time or a bad time? Shall we make it later? I haven't been doing Saturdays. But, Debbie, if you'll come back and help, and Scott, because y'all can be the New Orleans crew.
Okay. Okay, that sounds fun. I'd love to. I get messages, but I don't get them. Sometimes they just happen. So, if I get a message that I will relay to somebody, and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, how you knew that?" Well, it's usually sometimes I don't know how it comes, but I can help. I really, I'll definitely try.
Document as you go, and I can add it into whatever I can. I do full on production for everything.
Okay.
So.
And Scott's going to be the man on the street, which maybe you can help him. You don't have room in your home. Can you set up a home office, or you already have one because of the Florida lady? Do you already have a home office?
I have a little desk, but no, I'm sharing my apartment with my mom right now. So
so you don't.
A good part of the process of what I'm doing, but it is literally street art, and will be done on the streets. And it has a lot to do with COVID era in the New Orleans relies on live art. It's the part of the city and live entertainment, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is to create ways where people can experience those things, and we can connect with the artists down there to present those things in a COVID-safe environment, to bring back commerce to New Orleans in a different way.
Awesome.
Okay.
Go ahead. Debbie. You were going to say,
do you want to do like a program of some sort? Is that what you want to do with your content? Okay.
I want to do something that with him, but I want him to sign people up that are authors of their own book, or artists, or doing digital. But I've always told people they just need a phone. They don't even need a computer to get to me, because a lot of people don't like what I do as a web developer, so they do like art. And so I have a lot of friends that are and they like psychic readings. People like me to do readings for them. So right here in Pensacola, I don't go down, but we have great street fairs. We have, artists, and people are asking me down. I've got friends that talk to me and want me to come look at all their products. They set up at those little 10 by 10s or 10 by 20s and have the canvas and the poles. You know what I'm talking about. We have street festivals. And then go ahead.
If you guys look me up at LinkedIn too, that's a more, the stuff that's being posted on LinkedIn is more current with what I'm talking about. I haven't been as present on Facebook lately. My Facebook changed recently, and I think I told Juice about that. It's kind of like a celebrity click hole. It's weird. I 2 of my pages updated like that about a month ago, where I can't see any of my friends. I can't message them, but all I can see is celebrities.
Well, new artist for Saturdays will be Ace Folk Life. Some people don't understand folk life, but folks, it's basically our street fairs, and we have in Washington, D.C. with the Smithsonian. But I don't know how to sell folk life except on the street art, street festivals.
Oh, and that's the thing is that this is going to be a conduit to do the same thing, but virtually. And that's
virtually street art.
And that's going to be the beauty of it is that it'll be a way where you can take everything that is on the street and create a 3D sculpture and kind of go into it. That's what.
Can you help me? I'll have to. I missed the Pensacola one, but during COVID-19, I can't help that I didn't get out and help people like I usually do. It's go on the street, pick up their card, take a picture of their setup, put them on the internet for them if they don't have a website, and then if they do, I charge them $25 to be in my club, and I give them a page, and like I'm doing for Scott, but Scott doesn't have his a recent photo. So all I ask you to send me, Debbie, is your photo, like something. I want people to, be recognized in our group. So I've got a spirit guide. I've got Spirit and Spirituality and Wellness magazine, and I'm just getting it started again. And I've got Spirit Guide. I've got what is it called? Mystic Guide, and I've got Esoteric Guide for last night. And then on YouTube, just go to Teresa J. Morris Host. And then it cost me a lot of money, but I was giving it all up because of COVID-20, and I'm at home and I'm retired and I just do this for fun. So it's a hobby, but if Ace Folk Life, if I have people that they're going back into the street again, we can make it work in New Orleans. So Scott just told me, well, I'm going to New Orleans and we can do it there. I was like, cool,
Okay.
So if you touch base, maybe Scott, you can meet her back here if I can't make anybody do anything. It's strictly a hobby, hobby.
That's fine. I mean, I will be down in New Orleans by late next week, and I'll be working by then. And most of the setup that I'll have done will probably be done within the following week because it's all integrated and done and ready to flow. It's just a matter of the templates are there. I just have to add art and build. You
don't know what kind of how are you. Can you do a radio show with anybody you meet on the street at McDonald's, or is there a McDonald's on Bourbon Street where you're hanging out? I don't even know.
Not really. No, there's one on Canal, but
Wi-Fi signals are really hard too. You hit a lot of black spots with Wi-Fi signals in New Orleans too, which is kind of funky just because the geo positioning. But
well, we're very bohemian. You'll have to figure out we're, the gypsy minimalist people in New Orleans.
You just go down to the square. You go to the art places. When I was down there, most people didn't realize I wasn't from New Orleans. I travel with a backpack, and I ride a bicycle, and I don't look like a businessman, and I look like the least likely person to be doing what I'm doing, but that's why I do it that way because
that's how people go all over the world for years and years. They work their way across countries, and we have a lot of people that do that in New Orleans, backpack and bicycles. So I've got a meetup group. It's science fiction writers here in Gulf Breeze. I've already paid the $50 for 6 months, but we can use the meetup group if we need to. I've got all kind of resources that you guys could use, but do it, Debbie, part-time, that your soul or your spirit or whatever had you call in because you like BTR. That's why I wanted to know the sale marketing questions because I'm not much into the sales, but you are. But you sell cosmetics for a company here in Florida.
Fragrances.
Okay. Well, I used to make fragrances and pick them up by vats when I was a big truck driver. I picked up there up north a lot and bring them down south. Big
really?
Old containers. Yeah.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I had how they use them in candles too, and then
we sell candles. We sell lipsticks. We sell creams. It's not my background, but I don't know why. I just got all caught up in it. I don't know. And then I'm like, what am I doing here? These are not my people.
These are not my people.
But if it's something that you grab